Hello, good evening, and welcome to Golden Emperium Season 5 here in Ragnarok Online GGH. We are your casters for tonight. This is James.
This is RKM.King.
And what's up,
Yep.
everybody? It's time for another Golden Emperium Season 5 with a few changes this time around. RKM.King can you let our viewers know about the changes. But before you do that, as the War of Emperium has just started, we are going to hide our faces because we are irrelevant right here on the side. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Right.
So again, for today's, or should I say for season 5, so I think the Silver Castle is not present anymore. So what we have now is a single castle that the guilds or whoever's going to participate will battle for. So that's going to be the difference in S5. So there will be a single castle wherein you can win the gold rewards. So again, the 3,500 USD plus the MVP card album, and of course everything that comes with it. We don't have the silver castle rewards anymore, but still we have the highest rewards. Same for the previous seasons.
Yeah, actually, season 4 removed the Silver Castle entirely. Yeah, what's different this time around in season 5 is War of Imperium 1, or the 20 castles basically in Frontera, Aldebaran, Geffen, and Payon. They only last for 1 hour from 9 p.m. To 10 p.m. GMT plus 8. So our Golden Empire Season 5, we will only have an hour actually of battles here in Golden Empire Season 5, RKM.King. And yeah, that's one of the major differences for this season of Golden Imperium. Season 4, yeah, like what I said earlier, removed the Silver Castle entirely, so we only have the Gold Castle and the Gold Castle this time around. And oh yeah, this is one of the other changes, is that the Golden Castle this time around is picked. All right, this is not randomized. This is picked. And yeah, basically that's the difference of Golden Imperium season 5. All right.
Yep.
And yeah, I think a few changes were made to address the issues of lag as well. But hopefully they are all well and good this season, RKM.King.
Yeah. James, at best, let's just hope for a smooth War of Imperium experience. Also, in case our players experience difficulties, or let's say FPS drop or like severe lagging issues, kindly record your RRFs, guys. So in order to have that kind of evidence for the team to respond to. Yeah. But then again, we just want to see a very smooth War of Imperium wherein the results will not be affected by non-gameplay, non-skill related issues. So hopefully, again, we have a better experience compared to what we had in season number 4, wherein even the casters are actually affected by, the sudden FPS drops. Yep.
And right now we can see Crayons and Constance actually holding this part of the map. Crayons is actually the defender of this castle right now, and Apollo looks to be attacking right now. We don't see the presence of JPEG currently. They probably went with Crayons this time around, since they are the castle holder of the current castle right now.
Yes. So, as far as as far as I know, or as far as we've seen from the previous seasons, the holder, or the castle holder before the Golden Emperium event, usually has the advantage of winning like the whole thing. So the pre-event War of Imperium is actually a big thing. So this time around, I guess it's only logical and practical for JPEG to transfer to Crayons if that is their decision, no? So that's really understandable, because the advantage of having to have the opportunity to try and defend the castle and start the death count for our season, kind of gives an advantage. And of course, that also gives them an advantage in terms of preparation time, I guess. because they can basically position themselves earlier. And of course, and everything that comes with being the castle holder, the flags and all. Yep. So I
Yep.
think that should work in their favor. But let's see if they're going to utilize the JPEG guild as well.
And now Apollo wants to push in. Magnetic Earth on the floor right now. We see some severe rainstorms getting casted on this specific choke point here in this castle. Again, this is a choke point that usually is the defending spot for guilds. We see a lot of skills getting casted right now. And yeah, Subvergent Escape, Frost Novas, Jack Frost actually getting casted Severe Rainstorm. Just to damage those who are just crossing this path. But we see some people from Apollo going to the left side, and one will actually go in snap Earthshaker, but that Asura will go down. Ignition Breaks will get casted as well. Severe Rainstorms will just cover this whole choke point right here, while we see some Rune Knights getting closer. Crayons, Ignition Break will just go in the stack here of Apollo and try and wipe them out, while Apollo will back down from the fight, as I think Crayons will be holding this spot for now. Crayons and Constance. But they got pushed back a little bit. Again, with the Sura going in and that Runite coming in from the right side. Good strategy here coming from Apollo, but the Crayons and Constance managed to hold this out and made sure they get this spot back.
Yes. James, actually, I have this running on my mind for quite some time, because season 5 actually is the first season wherein the Crystal Blade necklace can be utilized. So this has been present in, I think, Sanctishell X. So right after season 4, I think that egg introduced the Crystal Blade necklace, wherein players are now allowed to use
The
Aura
crystal
Blade.
blade necklace allows the player equipping it to use Aura Blade level 1.
Yes, yes.
Basically, Aura Blade level 1, like what RKM.King mentioned before in the previous season. Actually, you can mention it right now what Aura Blade does, RKM.King.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do mention it right now before we continue.
Aura Blade actually contributes to the strength of our case before. So because previously that was exclusive to them. So basically you can now you can hit targets with 100% resistance. So doesn't matter if it's player resistance or the human resistance. As long as you have Aura Blade casted, you can basically deal damage. Although that damage is very minimal, because I think at level 5 the maximum damage dealt is like 1000. So for a lower level crystal from the Crystal Blade necklace, might not look that great, but then again, as compared to before, you can now hit your target, so you can basically apply status effects, especially crystallization in the form of Sorofo card. So some classes actually have specific skills that can deal or provide support in terms of status effects, wherein it was impossible in the previous seasons. For example, GXS can now utilize their new poisons. So before, they have to cast it using a poison cloud, but this time around, I think they can apply it through basic attacks or whatever skill that they want.
Basically, it opens up the other classes as well to be utilized in War of Imperium situations and PvP situations, basically. And yeah, we might see some status effects. Characters just going in. We might see more guillotine crosses. We might see more different builds this time around in Golden Emperium Season 5. But of course, the meta classes are still going to be there. Sura, the sorcerers, Rune Knights, Archbishops,
Shadow
of course, is
Chasers.
always up. Shadow Chasers, but Shadow Chasers will be a lot more deadly, I guess, with that existence of level 1 Aura Blade again. Even if you have that Masquerade, having that extra Aura Blade will actually make it better for you to deal some damage.
Yeah. But then again, James, I don't know if it was tested by the players that bonus damage coming from Aura Blade actually can be improved by, I think, increasing the skill modifiers. So So if they equip enough skill modifiers, the damage can actually increase. So I think they can increase it up to like 5 digits, I guess. So like 10k or whatever.
Oh,
But then again,
alright.
if you can increase it,
Actually, we see a rebellion with Aura Blade. Oh, see, we see more classes now. We see a rebellion getting utilized with Aura Blade. Now he can hit his shots. Now those skills will hit. You know, even if you don't
Yeah.
deal a lot of damage, the damage is still damage. Maybe you have status effects, but no, Aura Blade level 1 I think only lasts for 30 seconds. 10 seconds.
yeah, but then again,
I'm not sure
as
about the
long as you
numbers.
can hit the targets now, it doesn't matter. Because as they are hit, they get flinched, or they'll get flinched, so their movements will be affected unless they're, of course, in perpetual endure mode. But then again, not everyone has that option. So as you get hit, your movement, will also be affected. So it's kind of different scenario right now. That is what I want to see actually for S5. So let's see if there will be, because before in S4 even S3, I think there are players that hardly dies until they expend all their potions. But this time around, I think the clash or the encounters have been a lot shorter. Just because everyone can basically deal damage, it might not as high as compared to let's say RK's level 5 Aura Blade, but this should be enough to affect the overall outcome of engagements. Let's see if which guild can utilize it more, because in the past we've seen that the JPEG Alliance has been utilizing physical damage based characters as compared to what the Apollo and the OD Alliance has, wherein they basically rely on magic more as compared to the JPEG Alliance. So let's see the amounts of severe rains on our screen is
Yeah, they are making sure that they utilize their classes really well. And again, with the existence of new items, it opens up a lot of classes for PvP scenarios. And yeah, speaking of PvP scenarios, RKM.King, while they are at a standstill currently with a lot of severe rainstorms on the floor, we do want to mention that we all have an ongoing Golden Emperium Season 5 what they call this sale. RKM.King.
Okay. So Golden Emperium Season 5 pack. So we have S1. Oh wait.
Yeah, well, Golden Emperium Season 5 Pack 1 contains a Shining Defense Scroll, Medium Life Potion, Small Life Potion, Small Mana Potion, Mysterious Water, Siege Teleport Scroll, and 3 20 stats food box. And the Pack 2 contains Almighty, Limit Power Booster, Infinity, Gym Membership Card, 20 Party Agi Scroll, 20 Party Blessing Scroll, and 1 box of Biscuit Stick. Pack 3 contains Niang Vine, 25 Niang Vine Fruit, 10 Genzo Bean Box, 20 Golem Stones, 20 Frost Giant Blood, 1 Inventory Expansion Coupon, and 1 NFS Delicious Toast. While Pack 4 contains Reset Skill, Reset Stone, Genzo Bean Box, Golem Stones, Frost Giant Blood, and Solitude Ring. NFS Solitude Ring.
Yep. I kind of experienced some technical difficulties right there, but then again, these packs actually have better prices as compared to if you buy them individually in the cash shop. So this time around we have NFS Delicious Toast and NFS Solitude Rings as technically free items coming from these packs. Again, these are lower gear and accessories. So in case you don't, or you're still in need of some boost in terms of player resistance or debuman resistance and normal enemies resistance, so you can basically go for these items. So again, these items are basically not affected by any inflation caused by the PvP or War of Infinite events. So these are very great options. Again, in case you still need more of that resistance to basically reach the 100% demi-human resistance. Because if you have that in these events, only the Dorans I think can take you down as easily. Because yeah, Dorans are now kind of not really broken, but they do provide unnecessary damage coming from a non-demi-human source.
And aside from the packs, the season 5 packs, we also have codes on screen right now. Again, the first one to claim the code will be able to redeem the reward. So yeah, make sure you have those browser page of your login and the redeem page open, basically, so that you can redeem your code as you type it in. We are not going to paste it on chat. You can just type it in. Again, the first one to claim that code will be able to get the rewards from the code.
Yeah.
All right.
Cross his fingers first.
All right. This will be shown every few minutes. All right. As Apollo is going to try and go in Feint Bomb, Soul Expansions. Poisonous Weapon will be casted by the Linking Cross in front. Curse Circle coming from Crayons. Ignition Breaks will get casted. And we see some severe rainstorms still getting casted here in the middle. Our Blade will get casted by Crayons. They are going to go in with those Rune Knights. Ignition Breaks will try and knock down the members of Apollo right here. Ignition Breaks landing on the Minstrel of Apollo, and they are going to get wiped out here by Constance and Crayons. They don't have a lot of firepower currently, as Crayons and Constance are holding this choke point in the castle. They are getting caught by this specific spot, basically, which gives them a hard time into going in and out. They need to be quick, I think, and to repositioning so that they don't get it. But again, those Rune Knights are there from Crayons and Constance, and they can hit basically whoever passes through this. I think we are okay. I think I got disconnected a little bit on stream. I'm not sure right now. I think a little bit of disconnection. I didn't get disconnected in game. I don't know what's happening, but maybe it's an ISP issue. I'm not sure. But we lost RKM.King a little bit. Or I got lost, or RKM.King got lost. But yeah, I did get disconnected in game. I never did. So it might be a I don't know. I don't know anymore. A technical difficulty, basically.
Yep.
The technical difficulty that is surrounding whatever. All right. Yeah, like what I mentioned earlier, I didn't know if it was caught on stream. Crayons is doing a good job. Crayons and Constance doing a good job into holding this choke point right here. But Apollo is having a rough time into just going in and out of this spot. We see a lot of defenses coming from Constance and Crayons. And whoever passes through this choke point again will get caught by the Rune Knights and other classes that are roaming around in the different directions. But again, the first hurdle that Apollo needs to pass is again this choke point right here in the middle. After that, you need to worry about the Rune Knights who are going to go in. Okay. Apollo did a good job earlier in the first attack where they entered, they used their Sura to go in Curse Circle to stop and the Crayons members from attacking, but again, not enough to take down the whole group of Crayons and Constance right here in this portal. This is just in the second portal of Holy Shadow, guys. Again, we are not in the pre-ep, we're not in the M area, so they still have their other defense spots available.
They really have to find a way to move past this choke point, because they experience more, I guess, difficulties in the next portals, but they just have to figure out how to maneuver their way to the next maps, because I guess for season 5 damage taken will be an issue, because this is not a common scenario for S4, wherein a lot of the players, even the known tanky ones, are getting taken down as early as this portion of the map. So let's see if the heals coming from their priest can balance things out.
And right now, um, yeah, crayons and consoles are just holding this spot, while some of them are just roaming around, making sure to spot where Apollo is going to come from. The other portals, you don't have an option actually to go anywhere. There is no other spot that you can actually pass through. I think unless there is some portal that they can go through without me knowing where it is. I don't think there is. I don't think there is a spot where you can skip portals here in this map.
Yep. So unlike the previous castle, there are multiple ways on how to break through the early choke point. But this time around, I guess they have to.
Basically, they need to go head to head. They need to go head to head, toe to toe. They need to clash, basically, in every situation. The only spot or the only area I think wherein it can get a little bit messy is the Emperor. While Apollo is, I think they're gonna push in a bit right here. Yeah. Soul expansion coming from that Warlock. Again, ignition breaks coming from the Runites of Crayons. And yeah, Crayons are just roaming around. They're covering the whole map, making sure they know all the spots. Making sure all the spots are covered. And yeah, this is going to be a little difficult for Apollo to handle. But yeah, they are going to try our best. Guilds are going to try our best into breaking and maintaining the hold of this castle until the end of the session. Again, we only have an hour for of battles here in Golden Imperium Season 5.
Yeah. This time around, there's no 10 p.m. buff because you cannot expect more people to come because exact 10 o'clock the event will end.
Yeah, it needs to be a little bit earlier. It needs to be a little bit earlier. 9:30 p.m.
Yeah.
9:30 buff. It needs to be a little bit earlier this time.
They really do have to be, let's say, creative, in order to find that proper angle of attack. Because this time around,
Ooh.
they don't have that luxury of brute forcing things for like 1 hour, then trying to come up with a new strategy in the next.
Yep, actually, I saw that comet land on some members of Crayons and Console Rise here, just eliminating those two immediately with one comet. But yeah, they are going to go in. Apollo is trying to push in right now. Choke point is still being held. We have some magnetic earth on the floor. We don't see any Crayons members on the stack right now of Apollo, but they are going to have a hard time if they don't push in immediately. But we see a Runite right here from Apollo just trying to deal some damage on the left side, while some members of Apollo are going to push on the right. 5 blocks, ignition breaks. They are slowly closing in on the stack here of Crayons. Masquerades will go off Earthshakers as well, but Crayons are still holding their ground. We see members of Crayons and Constance coming in from behind, and they are going to take down the members of Apollo and a little bit of Opus Dei who are pushing in.
Yeah, it was a better attempt as compared to what they did earlier. But then again, not enough to bypass the first choke point. Because, the moment they bypass that area, they have to return to another choke point just to fight the whole stack of Crayons. So they were able to successfully, create 2 different fights from the left and the right side of the map. But then again, as soon as one side, crumbles, the other side will soon be taken over. So let's
Yeah, the push is getting closer and closer, RKM.King.
Yeah, but then again, this is, as what you mentioned, this is not the preempt area. So yeah, that's basically the first test for them. So let's see if they can, improve these attacks. Because basically, in case Crayons can still, conquer this castle or protect this castle until the end of the event, there are still multiple days wherein Apollo and the OD can try to to counteract to basically take over the castle. But then again, it should be a lot more difficult to to maneuver failed attacks since they only have 1 hour to
Mhm.
try and figure out how things work, especially with the introduction of new items, new damage output, kinda, more than what people can receive, I guess. So in terms of the expectations of damage taken, that should set maybe a different standard in building their characters and the amount of consumables that they can bring.
Yeah. And we are almost halfway into our day one of Golden Emperium Season 5 RKM.King.
True.
And yeah, what
Just
I
like that.
really noticed is that the comet is hitting really hard coming from the warlock uh, of Apollo right here.
Yeah. So basically, Comet applies amplification in terms of damage output. So it's kind of a magic version of a Dark Claw, wherein once you receive that damage, everyone can deal more damage to you, or the next damage you receive is now amplified.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter which source it comes from. So
Yeah, well, you know what I just noticed because again I just noticed that comet because that comet is getting picks basically. Right now this one is not getting damaged that heavily, but we see some members of Crayons actually getting taken down by that comet. And some members are immune to that damage. But yeah,
yeah.
the if you're not ready to receive that amount of damage, I guess it will be a little difficult for you in this case.
Also, the range of the comet is really that far.
Mhm.
They basically cast it off screen, so just cast it on the floor, and somehow it can clip some targets. Same for what happened in, if you guys remember, for ROS, wherein some people are getting caught off guard just because the warlock casting comet is not present on screen. So
Mhm.
this time around, yeah, it works wonders. I guess you can basically catch targets not wearing their full def set. Yo,
Oh,
it's just
this
like that.
one got divested right here by Crayon. That Shadow Chaser of Crayons doing a bold move right here, just going into the stack of Apollo right here and trying to divest some accessories. Again, divesting accessories is, you could say, accessories are powerful.
Yeah. This time around, the accessories can basically alter the performance of the character, not just for resistance, but also for the way your skills, function. So some skills are highly dependent on the accessories in order to, remove cast time, remove cooldown, improve damage. So yeah, not having your accessories equipped kinda, hampers your performance, especially if you're wearing documents. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and for those of you guys who are watching the stream right now, do spam some emojis in the chat right now. Any emoji will do. Just spam any emoji right now in the chat, just so we know you guys are watching the current battle right now. Again, this is only for an hour of Golden Imperium Season 5. We are now in the first day, and Apollo is making a move right now against Crayons and Constance right here. Some members of Opus Dei are present as well. Her circle will get casted in the middle. Edition breaks will just hold the stack here of Apollo. They don't want Apollo to push in right now, and the Crayons are just dominating the fight currently at this choke point, and they still have that backline intact. Frontliners, Ignition breaks are getting free picks against the members of Apollo right now.
yeah, still not too Apollo's and the Odis favor, I guess. But then they just have to try more, I guess, because
Yeah.
they only have 30 minutes left. So this is kind of the difference between this season's event. So we
Mhm.
are in the past. It doesn't matter if your attempts are kind of nullified or countered. But this time around, it kind of feels a bit, let's say, let's say heavier in
Mhm.
terms of the consequences because the time basically runs out. So one attempt basically costs you 5 to 10 minutes of your time trying to regroup and to get some resources, but then
Yeah.
only for you to realize that you only have like 30 minutes left and
Mhm. Well, yeah, RKM King, compared to the previous seasons wherein we have 2 hours of Golden Imperium
Mhm,
or Warf Imperium session, the first hour they just basically try to figure things out, regroup,
mhm,
maybe just has to have some fun. But now, just we just because we only have an hour of battles here in War of Imperium, every engagement feels important, every attack
mhm,
feels important, every defensive maneuver feels important. So yeah, um, everything is basically significant because again,
mhm.
you only have an hour and we're already halfway in our day one of Golden Emperium Season 5.
Yeah, because before we've seen several people actually AFK for for quite some time, especially if they are summoned through emergency call, and it's kind of acceptable for some people to not really be that focused. But this time around, I think the defenders are highly engaged. The attackers are expected to perform or to at the very least participate once they're summoned through emergency call. So there's no it pays to be sloppy this time around because as what you mentioned, every attempt is important, and every information obtained from those attacks should be you know uh, taken down or should be taken note of because
Mm-hmm.
they are still basically quote unquote at the entrance of this castle, and no significant push yet coming from OD. Again, when I say significant, meaning they were not able to bypass this early defense from the castle holders, which is kind of disheartening. But then again, as I mentioned before, we still have several days because the winning team has to defend their castle 5 times straight. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
so this
and
is not yet the end of the world.
mm-hmm. And yeah, right now we are giving away some codes. Again, the first one to claim the code will be able to redeem the reward. So yeah, first come first serve basically. So just make sure you have quick hands, you have a quick internet connection, I guess. And the lowest latency possible if you want to be the first one to see the code. Again, we are not going to put it in chat. All you need to do is type it in. First one to redeem the code will be able to claim the rewards from the code. It is shown on the top side of our screen, so make sure to check it out. Type it in. Maybe have your redeem code page open all the time so that as you are watching the stream, you can just quickly claim your code as every code will drop every few minutes.
Mhm.
Right? And right now, Apollo is just regrouping, but Crayons are giving them a hard time into actually doing that. They are just roaming around the map, making sure every spot is covered. If they are not going to push as one, it will be difficult for them to regroup in this area.
Mhm. Yeah, everything is hectic basically. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to be fast, but at the same time you cannot hurry in a sense that everything should still be coordinated. So it's going to be impossible to walk alone in order for you to find your proper position. You just have to bring your whole team, I guess. If you're not going to use your emergency call, you basically have to move as one, as what you mentioned. So yeah, again, this is
Mm-hmm.
very different from the
Oof.
previous season. It's not
Mm-hmm.
just the RK threat or the Shadow Chaser threat. So
Yeah.
everyone is now, can deal fatal damage as long as they have that Crystal
Oh,
Blade neck.
yeah, we just saw 1 versus 1, a Shadow Chaser versus a Lord Knight right here on the side right now, RKM King. And Shadow Chaser came out on top that time around.
Well,
Again,
not
Masquerades.
surprising.
Yeah, Masquerades. Fatal Menace.
Yeah,
That will
not
be
surprising.
a little difficult to beat.
Yeah, one of the worst 1v1 matchups you can find yourselves in.
Is against Shadow Chaser.
Yeah.
Don't go 1 versus 1 against a Shadow Chaser. If you want to have a fun Ragnarok experience in PvP, don't go 1 versus 1 against a Shadow Chaser. 2 versus 1 is possible. 3 versus 1 is a lot better. But 1 versus 1, I suggest you, you back up and
Yeah.
play as a team.
AGX kind of, applies Oblivion Curse against that Shadow Chaser. So this time around, I guess normal attacking the crosses can now cause some issues for some classes, especially with the availability of that Crystal Blade necklace.
Mhm.
Because basically, you can now apply your new poisons through basic attack. So yeah, so
Mhm.
one thing to maybe to look out for, I guess. Again, more threats coming from different classes, not just for the meta classes of the past. So this time around, again, with the availability of Orc Tribe's Helm, I guess people can now basically explore more characters into, for them to enjoy.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, actually, one thing I just noticed, RKM.King, um, yeah, I really like how crayons made their emblem right now. It moves. Have you noticed the RKM.King? It
Actually,
moves,
no.
right? Right, it moves.
Yeah.
Right, it moves. Okay, so I just noticed it. And yeah, we're talking about emblems right now instead of the battle. But yeah, let's go back to the battle, guys. Let's go back to the battle as Apollo is going to attempt to push in right now. Crayons and Constance are holding their spot, holding their ground. They are going to cast a lot of skills right here on the choke point. Again, a very difficult situation for Apollo as they are, I guess, a little outnumbered. Not by a lot, but they are a little outnumbered. Maybe around 5, 7 people or 10 people difference. But yeah, they have a significant number as well. Killing Cloud, like I said, Sorcerer getting caught. Will get taken down right here. Ignition breaks of Rune Knights will go in. Ignition break. Ooh, that Mandragora howling did a lot. That's why that Rune Knight wasn't able to do anything right there. Ignition breaks will get casted here by Apollo. And there is no magnetic earth on the floor right here for Apollo. And now this Rune Knight is caught by that Mandragora howling as well. And Apollo will need to regroup once again as Crayons held their ground. They lost a few members, but they're still here. Again, the flag warp. Flag warp is in the preempt area here, the Kafra. So it's easy for them to defend this spot. It's easy for them to go back. They don't need to go in from the entrance, but let's take a quick look at the entrance right now. See what's happening. Yeah, Apollo is just holding this spot. Unless of course you are a Crayons member or Constance member who wants to pick off battles like these guys by Crayons, wants to pick off battles and just reduce the numbers of Apollo. And I guess you could play as a party, just here in the entrance, just making sure they don't regroup perfectly before they enter the choke point.
Yeah, because as long as OD and Apollo does not have access to the flag spawn, I guess Crayons can basically cause mayhem at the entrance.
Mm-hmm.
So they can basically play, reckless this time around because they can basically just click the flag and return to their death spot. Because again, it kind of somehow feels like unfair, but then again, that is the benefit of having access to that flag warp by being the castle holders before the official event happens. So yeah.
Mhm.
So, yeah. So it feels, it feels kind of unfair because the speed of coming back. But then again, that is the advantage of having that flag war.
Mhm.
So they can basically play around the entrance or stop people coming as a group, or basically pick off people walking alone, and easily return as soon as they are required in defending this choke point. So let's see. Hopefully Apollo can find, just that one kind of successful attack. So in order for them to move past this map, because I
Mhm.
want to see the other side of the map as well, guys.
Yeah, actually, let's take a look. Some members of Crayons and Consoles are the buffers are here. Actually, buffers are here. The Emp room is open. We have guardians. We have
Yeah.
members of Consoles just holding. I think they're prepared to actually take this out if ever
Mm-hmm.
Apollo pushes in. So they are prepared to break the Imperium again.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and Apollo is going to attempt once again to push in. But yeah, regrouping is a little bit difficult as long as you have Crayons members outside. Just again, like what you said earlier, causing mayhem, making sure they don't regroup. And yeah, it's a little difficult for Apollo right now, while Crayons are doing a good job into defending this area.
True. So again,
Mhm.
we only have 18 minutes left.
Just like that, 18 minutes left.
Just like, yeah. Feels weird, but then again, this should be better moving forward, I guess.
Mhm.
Because the 2 hours basically eats up a lot of supplies, a lot of Zenny actually.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Relax.
I did. I forgot to mention that it costs less supplies basically for
Yeah.
players this time around because it only lasts for an hour. Yeah. While Apollo is regrouping right now, RKM.King, why don't you mention about the Golden Emperium Season 5 packs that we have here? Oh, wait.
Yep.
Apollo actually used that emergency call. Hold on to that thought, RKM.King. Apollo used that emergency call on the right side. Magnetic Earth on the floor. Crazy Vines will get casted right here by both Crayons and Apollo. Magnetic Earth, of course, will get casted right here. Severe Rainstorms, spam of Severe Rainstorms in the middle, in the choke. We see some Shadow Chasers and Runites going in from Crayons. And Apollo is just trying to hold their ground. Ignition Break, trying to go Howling affected this Runite. Runite will go down. Numas will get casted. Ignition Break. Crayons. Runite is caught right here. We also have a few members of Crayons on the back line of Apollo as well, just causing damage, making sure they are not able to do anything. And Runites and Shadow Chasers are just holding up the ground right now for Crayons.
Yep. So I guess based on what I see on the stream, this we don't experience that same lag coming from Cat Meteor and Severe Rainstorm. So the loading of the skills are
Yeah,
not
it is
bad as
present.
before.
It is present, but not as bad as season 4, I guess.
Yeah.
But I do experience a little bit of visual lag sometimes. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
not as bad as season 4.
Yep.
And I think the management is still doing some work, some fixes to make sure everything runs perfectly fine. So yeah, make sure to put in your feedback, guys, if you are experiencing that heavy lag or delays, so that management can fix whatever else that's happening. All right.
Yep.
And
Speaking
yeah,
of,
while Apollo is regrouping once again, RKM.King, the packs.
yeah. So again, this time around, we still have our Golden Imperium Season 5 packs. So you can basically buy them for 300 KP. So that is pack number 1 that contains Shiny Defense Scroll, Medium Life Potion, Small Life Potion, Small Mana Potion, Mystery Life Potion, 6 Teleport Scrolls, and 20 Stat Food Boxes. Also, Season 5 pack number 2 for 1000 KP contains Almighty, Limit Power Booster, Infinite Drink, Gym Membership Card, Party, Agi Scroll Party, Blessing Scroll, and Box of Biscuits. Because you can buy like 10 per account. Yep. So these packs I think are tradable, I guess. Oh yeah, that's what was mentioned before. So pack number 3 contains Nyang Vine Fruits, Gensu Bean Box, Golem Stones, Frost Giant's Blood, Event Inventory Expansion Coupon. This one is not tradable. NFS Delicious Toast. Of course, that is the equipment coming from pack number 3. And pack number 4 for 5000 KP, Reset Skill Stick, Reset Stone, Gensu Bean Box, Golem Stones, Frost Giant's Blood, and NFS Solitude Dreams. So for those who are not participating in the event, they can basically sell some of this stuff coming from this pack, especially the Frost Giant's Blood and Golem Stones. So those items are best utilized in PvP or War of Imperium settings. So in case you need the Reset Skill Stick and Reset Stones, you can basically buy Season 5 pack number 4 and sell the other stuff that comes with it. And of course, you can keep the Solitude Drink in case there come a time that you decided to basically participate in PvP events. Yeah, just make sure to check the trade restrictions from the packs and from the items that you purchase. Yeah.
Oh, and members of Apollo are going down because of that Dragon's Breath Arms Cannon. And yeah, long range damage coming from Crayons right here against Apollo. Again, long range damage is going to be significant as long as you have that Arrow Blade or that Crystal Blade necklace, of course, so that you can use that Arrow Blade.
Yep. So again, some resistances actually, you can actually have like 100% resistance against long range damage, 100% resistance against magic in terms of GTB. So basically, you can cover those up. Basically, 100% player damage, but based on item, let's say availability, the player resistance is the hardest one to reach because you're basically immune against damage coming from Dorams
basically.
And and
both Dorams and human classes.
Yep. You can basically divide the resistances that you can get from various items. Again, depending on the price point. So yeah, long range damage a lot easier to build. Long range damage reduction or resistance can be still bought because a lot of characters are basically throwing long range damage. GTB is an expensive option, but then again, you can still be immune from dispel or from other skills, not just damage. So that's another option. But then again, those are very expensive options as well, and you have to compensate for whatever damage reduction that you lost by not wearing Orc Warrior card that combos with your Orc Tribe's helm. So this time around, a lot of our players are rocking that Orc Tribe because they're basically available at our Salinas.
Yeah, and of course, if you have that Orc Hero card,
Yeah, true.
yep, you are basically have a very high value item.
Yeah. So these items are actually, very, they are very niche in a sense that you can basically just use them in PvP or War of Imperium. But then again, the performance that they provide actually makes them, pretty important in these kinds of events. So basically, our players are,
Yep.
kinda not necessarily forced, but if you can get, then you definitely have to. So I guess that is the kind of tier it is in right now, as compared in the past, wherein the Orc Tribe is kinda a luxury PvP item. So not everyone's rocking it.
Yeah, actually, season 4, I'm not sure about the numbers, but I think season 4 Orc Tribe Succession Emblem costs a lot more than Orc Hero card by a mile. But right now, I think things have flipped. Orc Hero
Yep.
card is, more people are looking for it. And yeah, because of the existence of more orc type succession emblems.
True, true. So yeah, basically the orc cards, specifically Orc Lord and Orc Hero, are now, let's say, more important than ever. But then again, there are still other options such as Sara card for your armor. So
Oops,
it's
suicidal
not
destruction.
necessarily, that you have to wear that Orc Lord card. But Orc Hero card can still be worn using your middle gear. So that's one option. Some people are actually using Corrupt Life card as well because that provides also some reduction when comboed with Orc Warrior card against Demi-Human
Demi-Human,
and
yeah.
Brute. Yeah, yeah. Demi-Human, yeah. So those are the options available if you are wearing that Orc type helm. So of course, you can have that Thanatos effect if you are wearing all the cards mentioned in the Orc Tribe Helm effects. So basically, your Orc Lady card can now function as Thanatos card, kinda, because Orc Lady card that takes over your weapon slot. So
Yeah,
if
your
you're going to
valuable card slot in the weapon.
yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, as long as you wear everything, listed,
But again,
that Orc Lady can
um,
function.
yeah, but again, RKM.King, it's a little rough if you are up against a Shadow Chaser again. Stripping one. Stripping one item.
Oh,
Yeah. I got disabled.
what was that?
I got disabled as that skill hit. But removing one item or one card basically will render your set useless. So yeah, you need to be careful of that. Again, pick your fights. I guess that's what I can say. And I guess most players are picking their fights. Most players know what to do. They know when and how to do it. And they've been battling for 5 seasons. Again, 2 hours every day for seasons 1 to 4. Right now, we only have an hour a day for Golden Emperium Season 5. And just like that, RKM.King, we only have 8 minutes remaining in this Golden Emperium
Yeah.
Season 5 Day 1 session.
Yeah, this should be a very important, learning period for both of these alliances. So, yeah, because we are expecting a change in approach and change in maybe in the classes that they use. Again, there are a lot of things that they can consider in order to basically break through. I'm mentioning OD and Apollo because they're the ones who really have to adjust. So let's see if they can find that specific factor because I even don't know how how different the damage received on their end on, let's say, on a specific manner because basically we can see them dying as let's say a lot easier compared to S4, but they're the only ones who can basically pinpoint how much damage they are receiving because from there I think they can basically adjust. So let's give them time because the OD Alliance has been known for their critical adjustments that caused them to win in the previous seasons. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
let's
let's
give
not call
the
them.
benefit of the
Let's
doubt.
not call them OD Alliance this time around. Let's call them as the majority of what they are. I guess Apollo and
Apollo.
Creons right now. It's not a JPEG Alliance versus OD Alliance this time around. It's Apollo versus Creons.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess this time around I have to adapt.
Yeah. Although we still know it as that, and majority of the members have transferred kills, I guess. And right now Apollo they just used their emergency call. Actually, the last 6 minutes remaining here in this Golden Emperium Season 5 Day 1 session. Crayons, I haven't seen them use any emergency calls yet. Again, because Flag Warp is just there. Flag Warp is just there. They don't want to recall all of their members just yet. Magnetic Earth on the floor. We see some skills getting casted. And again, this is the first hurdle that Apollo needs to pass. Cart Revolution's organic acid here by an Apollo member on the left side, while Apollo is having a hard time again into pushing through this choke. We see some Rune Knights, Ignition Breaks coming from Crayons, and they are just trying to hold their ground right here for both Crayons and Apollo. While Crayons members, they lost some of their members in the backline. But again, if they can't fully push through this, going to the preempt area on the third portal, basically, it's going to be difficult because, like what you mentioned several times, again, this thing, Flag Warp is just there.
Yeah. They're basically protecting the portal at the same time protecting them, their flag spawn as well.
Mm-hmm.
So by providing enough manpower to delay the attacks of Apollo Alliance this time around.
The Apollo Alliance. Okay. Okay. Apollo Alliance and Crayons Alliance this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of weird to say it because we've been here for 5 seasons already, so we've seen those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then again, hopefully some changes can be done in the form of being able to pass through this choke point.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I am not expecting for it to happen right now.
Yeah, most likely adjustments will be made by the attacking field Apollo and Opus Dei in the next Golden Emperium session. And Apollo, or rather Crayons and Constance, I think they can stick with what they are doing.
Mm-hmm.
They can just stick with what they are doing since it works, you know. And this is looking really dim for Apollo and Opus Dei right now. And Crayons did a really good job. Crayons and Constance did a really good job into holding this specific point in the map, just protecting their flag, protecting their castle, and making sure that no one gets through. We still have about 2 minutes and a few seconds remaining, but it is going to be difficult for them to actually break through again with this amount of defense coming from Crayons right now. And RKM.King.
Yeah, it's more of like a guild versus guild clash this time around. Because
you don't it's a full on clash basically, because like what you mentioned, there are no other portals that you can pass through and attack from behind. You need to go head to head with the other, with the defending side basically, if you're in the attacking side. So
but Apollo's situation might improve once they breach this choke point, because I guess it's a lot easier to do something in the next maps, especially in the Emp room. But then again, they have to get there, I guess.
yeah.
Because
Yeah, in my opinion, this choke point is the hardest to, pass through. Emperium, since you have 2 spots in the Emperium, we can show you that later. Maybe when the session ends, there are two areas that you can pass through and just move from 2 sides, and it's going to be a little bit harder to defend the Emp room. This is really the choke point. This is the def spot, as well as the pre-emp area, the third portal. And the Emp room is going to be a difficult spot to defend, as we only have a minute remaining here in this Golden Emperium session. And that is going to be day 1 of Golden Emperium Season 5 RKM.King.
yeah. So maybe for day number 2, we can also check the entrance for, let's say, more action, I guess. Because it seems like Crayons are dedicated in not allowing people to pass through this map.
Yeah, we see some Crayons and Constance members actually just defending this spot, making sure Apollo doesn't regroup very quickly and very nicely in the spot that the choke point. But yeah, this is the choke point, the heavily defended spot. This is the best spot to defend in my opinion. This spot again, the flag is just here. This is a little bit harder to defend. Again, you can't reach this spot because you can cast Madrugor Howling here or other skills. But yeah, you can't attack basically because of this barrier. And yeah, as for the Emp Room, again, like what I mentioned, a very difficult spot to defend since we only have one choke point. And this is a a very small choke point. If they want to defend this castle, they need to defend here for the defending side, I guess. This is not strategy. This is just my opinion. Yeah. RKM.King. Yeah, I did,
Hello.
again, like what I mentioned earlier, I did get disconnected in game. I was showing
Okay.
something and I don't know if everything pushed through. I don't know what happened. Again, I don't know. But we are going to show our faces for a little bit right here. That's going to be day 1 of Golden Emperium season 5. Day
Yep.
2, we're hoping we'll see a lot more adjustments coming from the attacking side. And I think day 2, yeah, Creels and Constance really did a good job in defending this castle, both in the entrance and there in the second portal. And yeah, that wraps it up for day number 1. Just an hour, just like that. It's done. It's over for day number 1. RKM.King.
Yeah. So this time around, as what I mentioned, it's on Apollo and OD to find a way to make things more exciting. Because again, there are several factors that that contributed to what happened to day 1. They just have to review things up, check that those data that they were able to collect. Because again, there are a lot of new items that can impact whatever the engagements are in this event. So hopefully they can find the right combination of items and reductions. Because it's kind of hard to play against uh, GVG or War of Imperium, wherein you cannot survive majority of the damage taken. So a lot of adjustments, a lot of consumables should be consumed, I guess, for them to have a more let's say successful attempts. I'm still rooting for a good competitive War of Imperium event. So yeah. So again, this is just day 1. So a lot of changes, a lot of again new items introduced. So we're expecting something like this, but it's on the players to find a workaround on what's not working for them. So yeah.
Yeah, and apologies guys for the technical difficulties. Again, I'm not sure what's happening. I'm not getting disconnected in game, but for some reason OBS and Discord gets disconnected. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not getting disconnected in game anyway. Maybe it's a routing issue. Maybe it's a DNS issue. I'm not sure. Probably a routing issue between the servers of YouTube and Discord is happening. So apologies guys for technical difficulties. I don't know whatever is caught on stream from what I said, but again, a good game well played, as Crayons will be the first, or this is the day 1 of them holding the Holy Shadow Castle, our golden castle for Golden Emperium Season 5. And yeah, just like that, day 1 is finished. Quick 1 hour session for Golden Emperium. And yeah, it was full of battles, basically. Every battle is meaningful. We didn't see much of the entrance, but we'll probably catch that in the next session of Golden Emperium Season 5, which is on Tuesday, November 18, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. With that said, RKM.King, yeah, let's wrap this up. We are your casters for tonight. This is James.
This is RKM.King.
And we'll see you guys again on the next Golden Emperium session. Bye, guys.
Bye bye.